Hello and welcome to my Ironman Collection Log Series, episode 16, Finishing Medium Tier. We're gonna start today's off at the White Prison and try to get the Tome of Fire from Wintertodt. As you can see, I sped up all the pulls that I did because, little spoiler warning, I got kinda dry on the Tome of Fire, so I had to spend a lot of time in there. I basically did solos all the way because it's just so much more efficient when it comes to getting pull rewards compared to going for masses. In masses you get so much more XP, but all I'm after is pulls anyway. And if I want to max out fire making, there's definitely a lot of XP still on the floor. Just go for even the Wintertodt pet or cremating shades. So there's a lot of stuff I still can do in order to get fire making XP. And after these 69 pulls, I need a little bit of break. So I decided, let's go for the Hill Giant Club. I had 10 kills already before I started this grind. And all I had to do still for Obor was killing him on a free-to-play world. So I figured let's start with killing him on a free-to-play world. That should be rather easy. So I I went in without any gear, as you can see. Just hopped down. I wasn't even sure what to pray against in the beginning. So I got hit a bit, but overall, Obor is super easy, so yeah, no big trouble. But I'm still super slow in killing him without any gear on and just using air blast and wave. And killing him like that is just super slow, but it was alright for one kill. So yeah, you can just see me trying to kite him with this snare. So yeah, that's gonna be this kill. And the other reason why I decided to go for Obor is because I wanted to stack a lot of beginner caskets, because I needed quite a lot of them still to get the beginner uniques that I still have left. So I thought Obor would be a good way because you get the beginner clue every time. So that was my thought process basically. Just go ahead, try to get as many giant keys as possible, and then kill Obor. I killed Obor, as you can see now, and as I said, with giant keys pre the summer sweep up that just happened. So I needed to kill him normally and kill the hill giants to get the keys and all that kind of stuff, and couldn't loot the chest that's in there now. So yeah, that's the reason why I still had to do it like that. Since you can see another kill right now, you might have guessed already that this kill is gonna give me the Hill Giant Club. And the good thing is that you don't see the KC I'm on right now. So yeah, you're gonna be maybe a bit jealous when you see my KC that I have on Obor and when I got the Hill Giant Club. I'm not really sure why I just basically face tanked him there, to be honest. I have no idea why I did that and why I wasn't snaring him or anything. But I'm not gonna be sad about it. I mean, it's just strange that I that I did that, because as you can see, I basically get destroyed completely by him. So I decided to do the Sarah God Wars thing and just run around the room trying to kite him. And here we go.
The collection log.
20 KC Hill Giant Club. I was ecstatic when I got that. And I farmed I farmed my keys in the wilderness. I only saw one PK because I didn't farm too many. But that was just super ridiculous to get it that early. And I was also super happy. I wasn't happy in a way that I don't need to farm any more giant keys. But the thing I was sad about that I don't get any more beginner clues doing that grind. But I figured beginner clues you can get from a lot of sources, so it's not too bad. And as you can see here now, that was my whole beginner stack that I was able to get during the Obor grind. Basically, it was 64 beginner clues. I opened them all and got as my first unique, the Demon Feet, which isn't too bad in my opinion. Getting like the beginner clue uniques, it just sucks a little bit because all the enemies you fight basically don't drop anything. The beginner clues drop nothing because they're free to play. I feel like maybe a bit of bots involved in that situation as well, but I'm not sure about that. And another first dupe and the solo cabbage thing. It's always sad to see solo cabbages because it's a unique role as well, but you get the noted cabbages. Again cabbages, again cabbages. That feels so unlucky looking back at it.
The collection log.
As I said, it's not too bad. But it's also kind of crazy, like I just said, that the uniques are worth not that much, and then you see the mold slippers almost 400k. So it's kind of crazy that some uniques like bold slippers that are purely cosmetic are still worth like 400k. Because I thought that a lot of more people have them already, or a lot of people have them already that want to have them. Maybe someone is having a huge collection and is happy about that. I don't know. After those 64 beginners that I just had, I decided to stack like 20 beginners and open them like that because they are pretty quick to farm, and yeah, that's basically the reason. They are quick to farm. So if I want to go for the mode from beginners, I need to do a lot more beginners anyway. So I thought 20 is a good number
the collection log.
And the Rune Scimitar Ornament Kit Gothics is the next unique that I got. So I feel like beginner clue openings are always a bit lackluster. And I said it already, but you can't get any like real big ticket items. Back-to-back cabbages again that you can hope for. It's more of a let's hope for a single hit of dopamine through the collection logs, the slots that you can get. Same round I only had 16. I don't remember why I only went for a 16. Maybe I only had that much time at that point and decided, okay, let's just go for it. But to make up for it, I opened 30 beginner clues afterwards in the next opening to pass the 200 milestone. And the game was
the
really kind
log.
With a basically triple unique first casket that I opened.
The collection log.
Super crazy in my opinion. And completing the full sandwich lady outfit almost instantly. That's kind of crazy that I got like 2 or 3 clues apart. Got the full sandwich lady outfit. And I only needed one more unique at that point. So I was super stoked to get those 2 pretty early on as well. And at that point I got the arguably best unique you can get from beginner clues, the shoulder parrot. For everyone that wants to get a pet, just buy the shoulder parrot. So at that point I was done for the medium tier with beginner clues. The last 4 uniques I'm gonna get in the next tier. We're gonna start next week. At this point I was in the clue fever, so I decided after I banged out the beginner clues, let's go ahead and bang out the hard uniques. So I basically opened the caskets that I had already in the bank with 9. At this point I remembered to drop my master clue, but I stopped afterwards because
the collection log.
I'm just dumb, basically.
The collection log.
Them all the time to get more master clues. in hindsight, you're always smarter, I guess, but could have been worse. I think I lost like 3 master clues. I don't think in the long run it's gonna matter that much, but right now it would be kind of nice to have a lot of more master clues in my bank, or caskets in the bank, to get the mimic, so I can have more clues in total. And after this little clue intermission, I decided to just bang out Winter Todd, basically. So to summarize my Winter Todd grind, I spent over 30 hours there. I got about 35 pulls per hour. It varied a bit because I didn't go full focus. I think if you go full focus, you can get around 40 pulls per hour. But it's so boring to go full focus over like 30 hours doing Winter Todd. I was watching shows on the side, browse YouTube and all the kind of stuff. Like, you get distracted basically, so you have downtime. Sometimes you just run around and don't fletch while running and all this kind of stuff. That adds up over the long run, but short, I think going for 35 pulls per hour is still a good number to be around. And every time, so everything you see right now, you can always see how many pulls I had stored, like 85 for this one, 61 for the one coming up now. So it's every pull is basically about 1.5 to 2 hours of me being stuck at Winter Todd. And one thing I not gonna understand is people just joining you while you're basically in a run, and then you ask them to leave because they just joined, and they just basically mess up your whole run because they start lighting the fire and basically get it down to 0. At one point, I had a really stubborn guy that decided, okay, he's gonna crash me and try to take the world of me, or I don't know, because I never had to hop more than maybe 10 times to find a world that wasn't taken. And so we basically stuck there for about 35 minutes or so, just both trying to end the game as fast as possible. And yeah, that was kind of weird to get the other guy to leave. And at some point he left. Then I was there for another hour and he came back. And I was like, okay, what's wrong with him now? And then he just saw me and left instantly again because he remembered my name, I guess. Yeah. So Winter Todd can give you some crazy people. And I was really stubborn as well. I mean, I could have hopped as well, but I think that when you crash someone, you should be the one that's hopping. And yeah, at that point, I was like determined to to keep my world. I always try to find the basically good thing in every worst situation. So as you can see in the chat right now, I reached 95, and eventually I even got to 96 fire making. And the good thing about that is that I can now light redwood pyre logs. So if I get my wood cutting up to 90, so I could can woodcut redwood logs, at least I'm able to use them as pyre logs as well for Shades of Morton to get the iodium shards cremated. So it's not too bad that I went that dry, but when you're in that grind, you're always thinking like, oh, come on, you can't be serious about that. And luckily, after I got 96 fire making, I decided to stop at 69 pulls. So I figured let's go for the lucky number 69. And as you can see now that this clip isn't sped up anymore, I got lucky and got
the
Tome of Fire
collection
finally.
log.
The other good thing is that I have quite a lot of burnt pages now, but I'm not really sure even where to use the Tome Tome of Fire, to be honest, where it's good. But maybe with the new elemental changes, there are some places that it's gonna be good now, or better now. I don't know. Maybe if you know a good place to use the Tome of Fire, you can leave that in the comments. So I know a place where to use it. And after Wintertot, I got back on the hard clue grind. I decided to go for 10 hard clues at a time. That's just like 20 beginner clues. So I figured that would be a good amount basically to go for every opening.
Collection
because
log.
you can get really lucky and get, because I didn't had so many
The
uniques at that point,
collection
I thought
log.
maybe I get really lucky and get multiple duo or triple collection log slots. As you can see, I was a bit lucky at some point.
The collection log.
Got like 2 duo already. And the best thing is that I got the Rune Shield H whatever. Like I got the H2, but everything would have been fine to be able to do the hard emote step that needs one of those. And yeah, I didn't drop my master clue, so I would have gotten another one right there. And as you might have also know, that the good thing to do is Skotizor if you want to go for hard clues, because he drops a hard clue every time you kill him. So while I was basically just trying to kill him to get the hard clues, I decided to try and do all of the combat achievements for Skotizor as well. So I started with the killing him with the explosion of a Chinchampa. That was basically the first one I went
collection
for.
log.
Then I wasn't recording. I don't know why I wasn't recording, but I got the Dark Claw as a collection log slot off of him. Luckily, I got it while it still was on the ground. That's not too bad then. The killing Skotizor without taking any damage, I just decided to basically run around the room the whole time. Not go for freeze or anything, because it's not too bad to do it. I think I needed 2 tries to get this done, because at one point I ran too close to Skotizor and he smacked me with normal melee attack. But it was still relatively easy to get that. And the last one that I got, it was the killing Skotizor 5 times. So with all of the Skotizor case combat achievements out of the way, it's always nice to basically be done with having to kill a boss a certain way, in my opinion. And it's always nice to get some easy combat achievements done as well. So maybe I will be able to finish the hard tier rather soonish. I'm not sure about that, if I really want to go for it or not. But I had another 10 hard clues stacked, and it was a pretty good opening. I got a lot of the shared uniques done.
The collection log.
It's always nice to get collection log slots, but it also is a bit kind of sad when you just need the log slots for the specific tier, and not the shared ones. Another log or another boss that would drop hard clues are the Royal Titans. So I just do it up with a guy that has a scythe, and scythe is just nuts at Titans. So it was a relatively easy another combat achievement with getting the speed CA. Overall, going with a guy that has a scythe is just super bad if you don't have one, because your damage percentage is just so bad. Yeah, I ditched him rather quickly after that, and just gone with another random guy on the Titans world. So at this point, I was already like, okay, I'm never gonna get the scroll or the crown piece or whatever, because I was relatively dry at this point of getting anything. And I got the Mystic Vigor Scroll. So I basically finished both of the prayers right now and only have the staff pieces left. And since I didn't show it the last time around in a good perspective, I showed it this time. And I think these new animations that they put out are just so good. And I really like them. So as you said, I only need the staff pieces and the pet basically. But the pet is not a task that I need to go for right now. And the last combat achievements that I still have left is the one without taking any losing any prayer points. So that's not gonna happen right now because it's basically just a eat food simulator and you need someone else that has like big damage. So I had 11 heart clues, opened them, got some more uniques out of the way.
Collection Log.
I'm actually,
Collection Log.
retrospectively speaking, super dumb again, because I was just not willing to spend a lot of cash, or not even a lot of cash, but World Hop to buy Death Runes. I didn't want to burst jellies, and I did it for like 10 or 15 minutes. I tried it, and I thought, oh, that's just so bad. I don't get any kills in or whatever, and I killed a lot of hellhounds in the wilderness with the Ring of Wealth until I got PK'd with it, lost the collection log, and I thought, okay, come on, let's go to the jellies. And it was so much more. It was so much more chill. It was so much more like clues per hour. It was basically overall so much better. So I was just stupid.
The collection log.
And then I got back to back
the collection log.
I don't know if they are any collection log, but I think it's funny to get like
collection log.
And with the Dragon Boots ornament kit, I was also done with the hard clues that I needed for the medium tier. So that's also super nice. Finished on 75 hard clues as well, which is kind of cool in my opinion to finish on like one of those kind of round numbers. At least in my opinion, I don't know if you see that differently, but everything that ends on a 5 or a 0 is for me like a good round number. And after that, the last thing that I needed was 2 Zora uniques. And since I haven't killed Zora yet, I basically need the scales and the teleport, because it's quite unlikely that you're gonna get any other unique before getting the teleport, because the scales are 100% drop, so you always get them on every kill, so it's one other unique. And let's just say I kinda messed up a bit. I haven't really killed Zora that much in game yet, other than on my main where I got a Spoon T-bow through a third age druidic rope bottom drop. I was able to buy a T-bow, and let's just say Zora with a T-bow is like, it's super relaxed. You don't have to switch or anything. It's just so easy, basically. You don't really need to learn the mechanics that much. You kill him rather quickly, so you don't take too much damage from these snakelings, and so on and so on. So it's like I feel like almost every other piece of content as well. The better gear you have, the easier the boss fight gets, just because you kill the boss faster. You don't have to learn or have to deal with the mechanics as much. Like right here, I'm just getting destroyed basically also by the snakelings. They can deal, I think, up to 10 damage, and sometimes they just shredded me, so I needed to eat like crazy. And since I'm still I still don't have like the 50 KC mark, I figured if I die, I die. So I basically try to go for it all the time. Here's the one example where I basically use the Tome of Fire, because Zora is weak to fire. I kinda messed up here. That's why I died. Died the first time around, and I got another death under my belly. I'm gonna show. I think it's always nice to see, especially when you're not like this used to like a piece of content yet, to see where other people struggle with, basically, because it's when you look at someone that knows what he's doing and he's killing Zora and he knows all the rotations, he knows when to stand where and all this kind of stuff. I feel like you can't really learn that much from it other than just basically trying to copy it, and you can learn more from other people, seeing where other people struggle and see what they basically did wrong and try to not do the same mistakes. At least that's my thought process in showing you basically how I struggled. And this kill, as you can see here, like another 11 from the snakeling. It just, they deal so much ship damage, which is kind of ridiculous. After this kill, I almost thought about trying to take them, but it would have been, I would have wasted so much DPS on Zora that I figured, nah, that can't be worth it. I just need to push through, don't do any mistakes on Zora itself, and then I should be fine with full inventory of food. So you can like my death. Maybe some people see it already. What's happening? With, let's just, a little hint, this snakeling is attacking me for quite a long time. And during the fight, that's what I mean by people that aren't like used to this content yet. I didn't figure that my ring of recall broke. So this snake is just attacking me like another 4, another 2, now another 3. Like I get so much chip damage, and yeah, that's basically where I died now, just because of all the chip damage. And then I got in the mage phase. You got range as well, I think. I'm not really sure. But overall, it's just basically not being too used to the content and what you need to be worried about. That's basically the reason why I died. And then the last full kill that I'm gonna show is like the first kill that I was able to get done, basically. It's not that I played that fight perfectly or anything. It's just I didn't get lucky. I just played the fight good enough. Let's say it like that. To be able to get through. And overall, to basically be able to kill Zora after only 3 like tries, I think it's kind of good as well. Could be better, but I'm not too worried about killing it in the future, because I'm gonna go for the Twin Flame Staff before I kill Zora anyway. Maybe I also get the what's the Zenyte ring called again? Ring of Suffering. Get that thing as well, so I don't have to worry about my Ring of Recall being broken. So yeah, Zora is a bit on the like backlog for now after I get the 2 uniques. Maybe I will go for, I don't know, but I 100% gonna go for the Twin Flame Staff before I go back. So that's gonna be quite a lot more magic DPS then, with the double hit splats that it can do. So that might speed up the kills as well already, and then it should be easier as well, like I said earlier, that when you're faster then you don't have to deal with the mechanics as much. And the other thing that I kind of used as a Zara plugin, that shows you basically where to stand when, which is kind of useful to get a bit back into it, or if you don't know where to run. It can be overwhelming as well when you're not used to it, but once you get used to it, you can basically click through it or see where you need to stand, and it's super helpful to get into it. But you also kind of remember it, but it doesn't feel like, at least for me, it didn't feel like I remembered it. It's more, it feels natural where it's gonna pop up afterwards. again when I sometimes still messed up where to run, like with the poison clouds. But overall, I think Zora is a pretty relaxed boss once you know what you're doing. And I killed it after basically one full rotation, so that's also always getting a bit sketchy when you're in the next rotation and I only have one shark left. So I was worried that I'm gonna die again, but I was finally lucky. Get it down and
The
got
collection log.
Just as I said already, the other thing that I needed to go for was the teleport scroll, and as you can see here, I get way more used to it. I also switched up a bit my switches. So that's also another thing. Once you get used to it, you can experiment a bit more with what you want to switch and so on. So this time I had a lot of food left, so it wasn't as close as it was before. So, and it was I was a little bit dry.
The collection log.
I think 1k. I was 1kc dry on the teleports, but overall that was the last unique that I needed for the medium tier of the Collection Log Master plugin, which felt really nice to be done with it. It was way faster. I was way faster with the medium tier than the easy tier, which is kind of crazy. And as you can see now, when I scroll through it, like I have everything greened out now, which is super nice. It's always a good feeling. That's why I like this plugin as well, because you get to mark off stuff as well as see it in your collection log. So that's like a double thingy. And also with that, we're gonna come to an end for this episode. We gained almost 3k collection log slot ranks with that, with the 37 collection log slots in total that we gained. So if you like this episode, feel free to leave a like, and if you don't want to miss any further episodes, feel free to subscribe. Bye bye.